Okay. Yeah, so I've been meaning to do a video about this. The video that I'm going to make is about Malcolm Jamal Warner. Apparently, you know, and unfortunately, Malcolm Jamal Warner, he has passed away. He died. Sources say that he was killed because he drowned in the waters of Costa Rica. I guess it was like strong current, and he drowned to death. And he died. He was on vacation in Costa Rica with his family, and he had died. So, it's unfortunate. He was a great actor. He was very funny, made a lot of people laugh and smile, and he was in a lot of shows. He was on the Cosby Show. He was on Malcolm and Eddie. I remember Malcolm and Eddie used to come on every time. When I was a kid, I used to watch Malcolm and Eddie. They used to show up on UPN all the time, and including the Cosby Show. When I was a little kid, he was also in a different world. Yeah, he was on Suits, The Resident, Read Between the Lines. I think he made a cameo on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. He was on Jeremiah, Sons of Anarchy. I think he did some voice acting in Magic School Bus. He was on Listen Up, and damn, there's just so many things he was on, man. Oh my God, man, I can't believe. And some of the movies that he's been in, he was in Fool's Gold. He was in Tyson, The Tuskegee Airmen, Drop Zone. He was in Shot. He was in Megachurch Murder. There's just so many things that he has been on, that. And to be honest, he was a household family name. He was mainstream. He was in a lot of shit, man. And it is so unfortunate, with him being able to make everybody laugh and smile, and, him being one of the cornerstones of my childhood, his acting and the way he presented himself. It's just like he just died so soon, to be honest. He lived a full life, and it's very unfortunate, that he passed away, But yeah, he's survived by his family, and what else? Yeah, there were so many people that came out and showed their condolences after he died. Eddie, and Eddie Griffin, and people who he worked with in the past. I think supposedly, didn't he used to go out with what's his face? He used to go out with Michelle Thomas. I think so. I could be wrong. I think he went out with Michelle Thomas on from Family Matters, but she ended up dying in '98, and then now he has died alongside, and now he's also dead as well. So I think that's very sad. It's very unfortunate. All of these people are just dying. So people who I grew up watching as a child, they're ending up passing away, and to be honest, it makes me feel like, damn, we really are getting older, I just think it's sad, But yeah, I'm gonna miss how entertaining he was, how charismatic and funny he was, and he got to live a long and fulfilling life that most people would only dream of, It's just so horrible and unfortunate that had to happen to him, This is what lets you know, man, death can come for anyone, And speaking of that, we also have other deaths like Ozzy Osbourne and, the famous rock star. To be honest, I know a little bit about his music. I don't really know too much. I mean, the famous song, the Let's Go song, the one that was redid by Lil Jon and the East Side Boys and them. I think maybe it was. I can't. But yeah, all I know is, yeah, he died, and that was unfortunate that he had to go. And then also, another person that died recently was Hulk Hogan, man. He was born in 1953 and died in 2025, just recently, a couple of days ago. He died, man. He was a legend in the WWE community, not just WWE, WCW. He is one of the legends of wrestling, one of the big time legends of sports entertainment, man. People used to model themselves after him. People were big fans of him. People looked up to him. God damn, he's been around in this business for a long time, and now he's finally gone, man. And that's sad. It's unfortunate. He was a legend. He brought people so much entertainment. Now, see, there were some speculations going on saying that apparently Hulk Hogan was a racist or whatever. He said some mildly racist things and shit like that. I mean, which, to be honest, I'm not really sure on the politics of that. But you got to understand, Hulk Hogan, he's an old man. That motherfucker is like 73 years old. So it's like, a lot of old people, they say things that at the time it was seen as socially acceptable to say, but now you can't say it in 2025 anymore. Otherwise, you're going to be in some serious trouble. A lot of things that were accepted to say back then, you can't say it now in 2025. So of course, it's going to be seen as racist. And to be honest, people who are old like Hulk Hogan, they're not going to understand it. They're just like, well, everything, the world is changing. I don't know what the hell is going on anymore. So, old people, they're stuck in their ways. So, yeah. I mean, so I wouldn't say, I'm not going to really argue on the fact that whether or not he's racist or not, but it doesn't take away from the fact that at the end of the day, he was still a legend. He was one of the greatest wrestlers of sports entertainment. And it's, the world has lost a legend in Hulk Hogan, man. He was one of the best to ever do it. And it's sad and it's unfortunate to see and watch him go. And I think it's horrible that so many people are dying, man. You know what they say, man? Deaths come in threes, man. It was Malcolm Jamal Warner and there's Ozzy Osbourne and now it's Hulk Hogan, man. Shit. It's crazy, man. And that's all within the same fucking week. Can you imagine that shit, man? Oh my God. But yeah, Hulk Hogan, I remember his fight with Andre the Giant. Of course, I wasn't even born yet, but people talk about how legendary that was, But yeah, Hulk Hogan, he left behind a hell of a legacy. And to be honest, he experienced all three of these men that I've explained about in my videos that have died. They have lived a fulfilling life that people our age would only dream of. To be honest, they died with very little regret. Most people die with regret. My thing is, I don't want to die with regret. These people, they've lived long lives, and and they led by example. And now that they're gone, I feel like the people of the new generation have to sort of carry that torch, So yeah, I think that's messed up, But it just lets you know, man, death can come for everyone. Status does not exclude you from death. Everybody has an expiration date. Everyone lives and they die, and that's just the way of the world, man. And that's really sad, man. There's nothing really that you could say to best come to terms with what's going on, but it's like, you can honestly, just, you could just look at the examples of the lives that they've lived, and that's how they're going to be remembered by. They're not going to be remembered about the fact that they died. They're not going to be remembered they're not going to be remembered due to how they died, but they will be remembered due to how they lived. All right, I'm done. Goodbye. And rest in peace, Malcolm Jamal Warner, Ozzy Osbourne, and Hulk Hogan. All three of them will be missed. That's pretty much all I have to say, but until I'm out. Peace.